Dobrodošli u novu epizodu Hogwarts Legacy, ljudi moji. Nastavljamo. Tačno, tamo gdje smo stali. Ja se izvinjavam, nije tačno tamo gdje smo stali, možda jedno 17 koraka od tamo gdje smo stali. Bacamo ovo da nas vodi, trebamo da idemo i idemo. Znači, uhvatili su Sebastijana, ali ja sam tu ostao neuhvaćen. Nije me Sebastijan htio odrukati, brat moj najjači. Ja mislim da bi se trebao ovdje sakriti, a ne ovako lagano prolaziti, ali eto. Ali ne kažem da se trebam sakriti, očigledno ne moram. Ali hajde čisto za svaki slučaj. Znaš šta, boli me briga, neću biti skriven ako mi kaže igrica, to jest ako mi ne govori igrica da moram. Ako nije nikakav znak, ako nije na mapi, ništa posebno, neće ni skrivati. Idemo znači nazad do profesora Figa, da li slučajno imam fast travel tamo? Kod profesora Figa fast travel, boga mi imam. Nećemo kupiti vrijeme, nego ćemo fast travelati. Ide lagani fast travel. Da čisto ne bismo hodali bez veze jer smo naučili hodati. Dobra igrica, uglavnom sve to stoji, ali zašto ne iskoristiti fast travel kada možemo. Gdje nas se nalazi trenutno Fig? Dole. Aha, dole. Zašto? Aha, pa dobro, ipak je tu fast travel. Šta je ovo? Wait, što bi čekao? Šta će tu čekat, druže? Idemo go profesora Figa. Stiže profesore, pošto nam je on rekao da će nam dati taj neki zadatak ili nešto kad naučimo te neke određene magije. Idemo kako će sad reagovat na to što smo očili bez njega. Da li će znat? Vjerojatno neće ni znati. Quest počeo. Uzmi, odnesi knjigu do profesora Figa.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor.
A pa dobro sam već konto brale. Stojim tu, evo, 3 dana.
So, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
Da vidimo šta će reći.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Ajde vidimo knjigu, nisam ni ja vidio tu knjigu.
Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing.
A šta sad njih tražiti, jel?
It appears someone has got to the book before us.
A, to nije dobro.
Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful. That may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right.
And
the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
Dobro. Šta ćeš im reći? To me iskreno zanima.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
Može.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
Znaš, trebamo pratiti neke spellove.
I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Ok. Završili smo sva 4 main questa koja smo imali. Nisam vidio što je novo pisalo, ih je vam lokt, ali ne vezi, hajde. Nas da nije ništa puno bitno pisalo, iskreno. Ako je pisalo nešto bitno, ja da se roknem. Dobro. New quest available, ajmo da vidimo. Dobro smo email, aj prvo email da pročitamo polako, neću žuriti. Mail da pročitamo. Če mene email, ja rekao email. Finalna runda ovih cross ones.
I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Znači, onaj mali nas hoće, to jest hoće da... Znači, send you on all past requested meter and lower... Dobro, okej. Jel to ovo? Sell the world map. World map. This the world map, the map is covered by fog, limiting what you can see. Dobro. Hamlets are small communities throughout the world. This is the Hamlet Lower Hogsfield. Hamlets provide new opportunities for vendors, full flame, side quest. Dobro. Znači imamo razne side questove i to tu, ok. Nije to trenutno toliko bitno. Znači kako istražuješ, sklončeš tu kao maglu i otkrićeš puno više mape, Hamleti, dungeoni, bandit kampovi i još svašta. Znači imamo svašta sad da radimo, brat. 3 main questa trenutno, ja mislim. Prvi je da odradimo kao onu igrovnu, gdje Cross Wands, finalna, valjda runda vidimo ko je školski prvak. Onda imamo Naci, da se vidimo sa Naci. I imamo sad da se vidimo sa ovom, to je da radimo questove koje nam je ova baba dala i da uradimo to i ona će nam dati kao te neke magije, to jest naučit će nas. Dobro, čak ćemo prvo radit. Ajmo da vidimo. Prvo što ćemo raditi, ajmo da vidimo šta je ovo. Ovo je... I need to attend Herbory class, znači trebam na neki Herbory class od profesora Garlika u zelenoj kući. Mislim, nije zelena kuća, ih tamo, nebitno, ču mene zelena kuća. Imam li fast travel slučajno negdje tamo? Ne bi rekao, jel? Imam ovdje fast travel. Select. Ovdje imam fast travel, pa može. Ne waypoint, nego travel, što uvijek kliknem waypoint. Navikao sam, ali nema veze. Idemo tamo idemo da vidimo šta trebamo ovdje da uradimo. To jest trebamo na časove herbologije. Časovi herbologije. Aj, to nije ti ništa, ja sam mislio još umret. Do sad nijednom nisam umro i ne vole da umrem. Quest započne. Hajmo. Herbologija, oj.
Good morning, Professor Garlic. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora.
Ovo mi profesorka.
You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The
Kako dobro sjene rade,
is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
Mandrake root, što je to vod?
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Šta je ovo? Kakav je ovo čas?
Everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Pull mandrake. Mandrake. Ah! What the?
Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and catch out the soil!
U bog te. Šta je ovo? Ni biljke nisu normalne.
Should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
Repara. Odlično. Sad razmišljam,
I'm very sorry about that.
valja njoj stalno je treba kupovati novo staklo i kada repara.
All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all
Priča
get
sa profesorkom
started. I
Garlic.
need to have a brief word with
A
our
Garlic, brate, zove se onaj luk. Bijeli luk. Garlic je bijeli luk.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Uživo sam.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany.
Dobro.
Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the magic neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Okay.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Mifflin's fancy or roses?
Trebam da zasadim sad ove svoje biljke što imam i poslije da dođe da ih pokupim. Ok. 10 minuta treba da izraste. Ajoj. Kako će to opast?
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that.
Wiggenweld potion.
What say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Jel Pruitt Sebastian? Pretpostavljam da jest. A nije, Lender Pruitt.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But you'll lead.
Chinese
Nice
chomping cabbage,
by
brale.
the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well,
Hvala.
thank you.
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping. Go on. Grab a few of those cabbages. Just... Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it. And they'll do the rest.
Kako? Kako da bacim? What the heck?
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their...
Dobar ovaj kupus, brale.
Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters.
Dobar ovaj kupus,
Vicious little
brale.
bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone. Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Vjerujem da mogu
I
poslušati.
suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class.
Ajmo.
Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Ajmo nazad, ja ću pokupit sav ovaj kupus, druže. Kam se već nudi? Može, kupus. Idemo nazad na čas. Ja idem, za njega mi baš briga, će na čas nazad. Vrat se ga, profesorki je bijeli luk. Daj mi sve. Malo sweet leaves. Malo slatki, ovi, malo slatko lišće. Hi, shoot.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Kakvim se rječnikom ova žena koristi? Ne zanimaju me puno ovi, kak zovu, bit ću realno, ne zanimaju me puno ovi, kak zove, biljke.
Thank you, Professor, but looking after plants isn't all that thrilling to me.
I think you'll come to see that the fruit is well worth the labor. As we herbologists like to say, tend to your plants and they'll tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Dobro, hvala ti profesorka Garlic, bijeli luk. Bilo je lepo. Šta imamo sada, trebamo da radimo, šta je ovo? Daj. Titani leaves. Ovo za 5 minuta raste. Neka raste, čekat ćemo. Sad imamo nove questove. The Grill from Ugadou. Šta je ovo, brate? Aha, sanati da se nađe, no dobro, to me ne zanima trenutno. Potions class. The next lesson must attend potions is taught by Professor Sharp, znači za ove kao potione. Trebamo sa profesorom Sharpom. Dobro, mislim da je za potione, kako se kaže potione, za napitke. Za napitke imamo nekakav fast travel tamo. Fast travel. Imamo ovaj, iskoristit ćemo, opet ja trekam. Opet ja označim. Ne, već iskoristit ćemo ovaj fast travel i mislim da smo lagane. Evo nas. Centralni hodnik. Mislim, nije hodnik, ali ja ga zovem hodnik. Mislim, bukvalno je hodnik u prevodu, ali nije hodnik. Profesor Sharp.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As 5th years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion.
Wiggenweld.
Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
Potion.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Dobro, hoćemo li? Pravimo naš healing potion. Kako se potion prave nas da je zanimljivije nego sađenje cveća.
Even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Ok. Dodajmo ovaj neki juice, još malo. Veoma dosta zanimljivije nego sađenje cvijeća.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Eto ga, profesore.
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And
Hvala,
from what I hear of
profesore.
your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients.
Ok.
Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class.
Ah.
Rare ones can be purchased.
Pa
Others,
dobro,
however,
znači,
may be
biljke
harder to
trebaju
obtain
da
and
bi
will require
pravio
you to be a bit
potione.
more resourceful.
To je još jedan
See me when you
razlog
finish brewing.
zašto nam trebaju biljke.
And we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Ok, znači trebamo sad da napravimo obrambeni potion. Pokupi Ashwinder jaja Ashwindera i Dark Mongrel fur. Šta je to?
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Geralt Weasley, to si ti dijete od one profesorke Weasley, što ne znaš?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
To sam ja
She's my aunt.
pokupit.
Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
Aj, mogu ti ga
I'll get you
donijeti.
the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Dobro, pokupit ću Fwooper feather, zanimati Fwooper taj neku pero i ovo za sebe. Znači, ovo je za mene, Mongrel fur, Fwooper feather. Boga mi, ne bi ja rekao, Fwooper mi ne izgleda kao nešto što nije rijetko, ali dobro. To je što nije rijetko.
Precision is key when brewing potions.
Znači, ovo ti, Naci. Evo ti
Here's the
Fwooper
Fwooper
feather.
feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Dobro. Donio sam eto zašto da ne, ali možda nisam trebao, hajde. Trebam sad da napravim obrambeni potion, znači Edurus potion. Ok. To tu pravimo. A potion that enhances defense, znači pačava odbranu, koja nas zapravo obloži durable rocky skin nekim kamenom kožom, otkud znam. Dobro, ne trebamo puno, 10 sekundi još, čini mi se da mu je trebalo inače ovako 30, tako da ok, nije puno realno. Sačekat ćemo na brzinu da se to napravi. Jedan i to je to. Daj mi ga. Imamo neki Thunder Brew, ima svakaki potion, da nećemo to vratiti.
Mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah!
Kakav si ti, majmun?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor, again. Mr.
Dobra.
Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Ale molim te.
Wiggenweld potion is not a cure-all, and no salve is a substitute.
Evo molim
I
te,
brewed
nisam
an
ništa.
Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Da si izvini ili da lažim? Ajde, izvinit ću se.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say You've done well.
Dobro, izvinili smo
I
se, ne
confess
vezi.
I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Znači, bitno mi je ono, cvijeće što sadimo i kaže, moramo imati posebno mjesto gdje pravimo ove napitke. Ćao.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror.
Da, pričam sam, Geralt.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Yes.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise. Fewer explosions.
Ok. Dobro. Sljedeći quest nam je quest pričaj sa Nati. Dobro. Ona nam je u svijetu, brale. Imam nekakav fast travel ovdje kod nje negdje. Ovdje možda. Ne, ali imam ovdje. Ali gdje ja trebam tu? Pa hajde. Nije loše, trebalo ćemo ovdje svakako manje. Stvar ne, pa to je puno loše. To je puno loše, brale. Ja sam moram ići pješke do tamo. 400 metara. Ajoj. Ko će to izvesti sad? 400 metara pješke. Hajde, dobro. Šta ću, nemam opcije. Još nema nikakav dijalog da vas skipa, da vas čuva ono nesmorenim, ali okej, ajde, nema vezi. Pričat ćemo mi zajedno. Kako ste vi, moji ljudi, danas? Pišite to dole u komentare, sve mislim, nisam uživo, pa ne možete govoriti, ali dobro je to, se vjerujem. Vjerujem ja, ali se kiše, brale, šta je ovo? Aj bi nam sad bilo korisno, možemo letiti, da sam, brate, izabrao da budem vještica. 10 puta koristim bilo nego što sam vižar, ali dobro, nema vezi. 500 metara, koliko će nam puno trebati za to, ne znam. I nećemo baš pratiti ovaj put jer, imaju vjerojatno neki kraći putevi. Kao na primjer da idem ovdje, da ne idem ali da vjerojatno to neki most, ovdje neka voda garant. Ajde, ići ćemo tako, oj druže, gdje me ona čeka, brale. Bez ti normalna, eno. Spaće se nekako, ne znam kako i ne pitajte me. Gdje me ona čeka, nije normalno. Kako ovo kristal. A ja rekao, punim je ovo jedan neredan, ali ne. Što neki moodstone nešto. Nema veze, vjerojatno za ove napitke. A brate, naci, kako si ti mogla ti stoku toliko, kako ti je palo na pamet? Razumijem, hoće da pričaš tamo negdje gdje nismo blizu dvorca, ali brate, pa ne pričamo o uništavanju Hogwartsa, nego pričamo o Ranroku, brale. Kojeg svakako ne vjeruju da postoji još i dalje iz nekog razloga. Tako da, ne znam zašto, ali dobro. Što ima, znači, Endurance Potion, osjećam i na ovom kupusu. Ide preskakanje čovjeka. Ja sam ga preskočio doktorski. Još 200 metara. Aj bar da otključamo ovo sad. Ima već otključamo. Vidiš, ja se mogu ovdje teleportati. Jesam glup. Nema vezi, šta je ovo? Ali ne možem toliko daleko ići magija. A dobro, još malo, tu smo, 180 metara, to je tu, brate, realno. To je tu, spustimo se još niz koju stepencu i kod naci smo. Što je ovo? Ovo, druže, paprike. One, pumpkins, kako zove. bundeve. To mi je trebalo. A šta ovo izgleda intriguing, šta znači intriguing, brale moj, i zašto to tako izgleda? Čekaj, ženska glava, da ključam ovo. Dolje sam došao.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock
my friend.
And Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
A ne mogu ti reći, stari reći.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
Yep.
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabililand. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Mogla družba bude opasna.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own, and the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Uglavnom, Rookwood I Harlow su razlog zašto su ona I njena majka napustile, očigledno. Zašto su ona I njena majka napustila kao napustili njihovu kuću. I eto, sad ona hoće da ih zapravo slušimo. Tako da ćemo slušati I odnijeti neke bitne, kako se kaže, evidence. Dokaze policajki. Dobar dan.
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time.
Mene traži.
Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be serious.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Aj, dođite. Dođite, majmuni. Fol, jedva ostiš. Vidim kako jedva ostiš. Doviđenja. Uništio sam vas. Duelist. Dođi. The collection section for fielders beyond you learn. Znači ovako kako susreće s raznim neprijateljima mogu da upozna njihove kao razne, da se kaže, slabosti, što je dobro. Transversion 37 sekundi ovaj duel. Kako može ušti? A bog te.
Tell Rookwood to find me himself. Leviosa!
To je to. Doviđenja. Aj, molim vas, 14 sekundi još. Ćao, momak. Ćao, momak. Ćao! Ja sam doktor. Završio sam sa neki čovjek. Moram sad pričat sa njom. Da li je ovo neki side quest, brate? Side quest je jako zanimljiv, iskreno.
Are you alright?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Prvo, ko je Priya?
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a traveling vendor. Here's what's going on in Highlands before I do.
Svaka igrica današnje doba mora imat neke razne gej stvari. Kada kažem da se YouTube ne ljuti. Ajde, ne vezi.
Researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Dobro, enigma. What the heck?
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret.
Ajde, reci.
No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Pa dobro, može. Koliko snimam? 308
I
minuta,
brought a
pa
trunk
možeš.
chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Dobro. Daj.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
Kažu mi
I
dosta.
have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens.
Dobro, evo stavit ću Mallowsweet da vidimo šta će se desiti.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
Nisam iskonto.
This is uncharted territory.
Uncharted 4
I
reference.
am curious about these pyres.
Ja se trebam da riješim ovu Merlin's trial. Šta mi leti kamera, šta je ovo? Čekaj, dodajem vamo, ono mi kaže da se nešto trebam vratiti. Ma neko onda što trebam da uradim. Jel ovo možda nešto? Ne. Trebam ja sad da riješim ovu zagonetku. Možda da zapalim sve ovo.
Incendio.
Nice.
The flames make the pyre sink.
Skonto sam što treba vratiti. To je dobro. Evo ovdje. I to je to, jel? Završao sam. Izrasla 4 drveta, druže. A iskreno je slijep.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
A, čudan dan.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research.
Znači, ako dođem, to jest ako naiđem još na ovakve neki kao simbole, mogu uraditi što sam radio sad.
I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Hvala vam.
And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Dobro, 36 main questova završeni. Imamo još 3, to ćemo raditi sljedeći epizodi, vidjet ćemo šta nam još dolazi. Ja stavljam da se svidio ovaj video, ako jes nabacite jedan veliki like i subscribe i zvončić čerčić. Ajme sad ovo repirat. Ne, sad ću namjerno staviti repirat, a ne mogu staviti, ne se, koga šiša. Ostavite like i subscribe i zvončić čerčić, uživajte me statku dana, vidimo što će Mile Vanderić.
Professor Fig tells me you found a long lost book for him. I'd like to talk to you about it.
Da pričam sa njim o knjizi koju sam našao. Dobro. To jest onu zapravo zbog koje sam išao za profesora Figa. Uglavnom ljudi moji, ostavite me like i subscribe i zvončić čerčić, uživajte me statku dana, sve vas volim i peace out ljudi moji. Bye bye.